and to insinuate that her shaving is somehow inappropriate because he's already thinking inappropriately. Beppis. Hi, my prolly feathered friends, or PFFs. Today, we're reading Reddit stories, because I don't feel good, and that's what's happening. Sorry, that's what's happening. I don't make the decisions here. So there was a theme. There were two stories on the front page of Am I the Asshole that were about stepdads. And so then I had to find a third one that was also about stepdads. So this is the stepdad hour. But they're all weird. So trigger warning, weird stepfather behavior.
What? No. Hell no. You are not stepping out like that, young lady. I see we've stepped back to the vape, huh?
You never get to do what I want.
As your starent, it's my job to make sure you take a step in the right direction.
You're not my real stairs. If my dad were here, he would let me.
Do you want to get mud on the carpet? Because that's how you get mud on the carpet.
Nobody understands me.
No daughter of mine's going out and acting like an escalator.
Let's just get into it. Am I the asshole for not wanting to use my stepdad's last name legally or socially? This is from the perspective of a 16-year-old female. My dad died when I was 6. He and mom were divorced, and mom was already dating my stepdad. But me and my brother, who is 19, hadn't met him yet. Mom delayed introducing us for 6 months while we grieved for dad, and then she introduced our stepdad and moved him in a few months later. He was really nice to us and tried so hard to make us love him and see him as a dad. Like he invested full on with us and threw himself into the idea that he was becoming our new dad. He offered to adopt us. He and mom suggested we could still change our last names to match his if we didn't want to officially be his. But we never wanted that. My brother always said he wouldn't give dad's last name away for someone else. I feel the same, even though my brother can carry on. No, hold on, because that's really short after your dad dies, and you're really young to have to make that decision, right? So I think that it's super valid that they didn't want to do that when they were younger. And yeah, I don't think that I would want to change my last name if my dad died when I was young. My dad died. He did. I've said that before. I wouldn't want to change my name. I feel the same, even though my brother can carry on the name. I like having the same name. I always did. And if I get married, I would 100% keep my name and hope to pass my name on at least once. Not just because of dad, but also not just because of me. It's equally both. I don't want my stepdad's name, and I don't need that connection to him. So it's not that important to her. Like, dad's really wanting that. Sorry, stepdad's really wanting that, but she don't want that. He has kids with my mom to carry on his name, but I know it hurts him that neither me or my brother want his name. And more with me because I'm younger than my brother, and he feels like I would have naturally gotten close to him like that. You can be close to somebody and not have their last name. Like, you don't need to have their last name to be comfy with them. Like, that's fine. I feel like we don't need to exclude that. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. It's not necessary. Recently, my mom and stepdad asked me if I'd consider using my stepdad's name socially, like using it when talking to people and keeping my last name for legal or official reasons. I told them I wouldn't like to do it, and it would make no sense to me anyway, because then people wouldn't know my actual name. My stepdad said it would make him happy, and I was like, I get it, but it wouldn't make me happy. I asked him if he'd give up his last name that he got from his late parent for a stepdad. That question upset him, and mom said I won't compromise at all, and she accused me of being intentionally obtuse. Am I the asshole? I feel like they're all just being a little bit obtuse rubber goose over here. That's not fair. That's not fair. And it's not very emotionally intelligent. It's not very just adult. Like, it's super valid that the stepdad, having been there for however many years, looks like 10 based on the math, but it's super valid him being upset that you don't want his last name, but it's also super valid that you don't want his last name. And being the adults in this situation, they should understand that and have their feelings, but then suck it up because it's more important that you feel happy than them. They're your parents. They're the adults in the situation. So they should be the more adults. The more adult. They should adult. That's a whole lot of like projecting adult emotional intelligence and understanding and regulation onto children who shouldn't have to carry that. So, no, you're not the asshole, but your stepdad and your mom kind of are. I'm glad we covered that. These get progressively worse, by the way, in my opinion. I love the title of this one because it's written with a lot of feelings, and also the spelling is very nice too. I like the double L. I feel like it really brings the heat. Am I the asshole for locking my door until my mom's BF learns how to open it properly? IDK, how to start. But basically, when I just lay in my bed, randomly in my room, my mom's BF will just come barging in my room. When they're looking for stuff, just walking in looking around for something that might be missing in the house. At first, I didn't really mind, but it irritates me. It became a habit for him. And my mom opens my door like a normal person while her BF comes in like it's his room. I didn't really mind at first, like I said, but he doesn't even knock. And when I say he barges in, he barges in. He doesn't even think if I could be changing. And then I told him about it. He said I was overreacting and he kept doing it. So I changed my locks and locked my door and everything. He would try to come in. He would be locked out and knocking till I opened the door for him. Eventually, he learned his lesson, but still likes to mention it and say it's teenage hormones. IDK, he's an idiot. I don't like him, and it makes me glad to humble him. How are you gonna have the longest run-on sentence in history and then use a word like humble? Like, do you want to be understood? Like, I get it that not everybody has the same level of education. I get it that this person is later on stated to be 17. Fair, valid, awesome. How reading that was like having a stroke. It was very difficult for me. So then they add, by the way, for context, I'm 17 and female, and he and my mom have been dating for 3 years. That's not long enough to be even thinking about barging into a 17-year-old girl's room. We had a good relationship until he started drinking again, and when he drinks, he can't just chill like he always gets drunk. I have a younger sister who is 2, and by the way, he's not a pedo, I just hate him. Some people are asking if my mom knows. She doesn't. She's at work most of the time. He does it. And she isn't aware about the barging in, but she is aware of his drinking problems and threatening to dump him all the time, but he fights back and argues back. This is not good. Tell your mom, and then if your mom doesn't listen, fight your mom. And if you can't fight your mom and win, then run away. And if you can't run away, keep locking your door. Call the cops. I feel like the police would probably like to have a conversation with him if nothing else, and if not the police, then maybe CPS would like to have a conversation with him as well. Just ruin everybody else's life because he could ruin yours. So just no, I'm just gonna restate for the record, none of this is good. I was criticizing your paragraph, your run-on sentence, but like you're you know what? It's fine. You do that. You type how you need to type. I'm cool with it now. I'll let it go. It's fine. You're valid. What gets me is they ask if my mom knows and she doesn't know and she's at work. And it's like, why have you not said anything? Is your mom not a safe place for you to say that? It just sounds like your family's toxic. I'm very sorry. You're 17, so you're almost out of there. When you're 18, get out of there. That's it. Now, this I think is the worst one. And it is from 2 years ago. It's archived. The person who posted it has been deleted. But I really do hope everything's okay after reading this. Am I the asshole for telling my stepdad to get a life instead of policing every little thing my sister does? My 22 female mom, who is 55, got married to Harry, who is 50, last year, and he moved into my mom's house. My little sister Molly still lives there. Harry doesn't have children, so Molly is the only child living there. Molly and Harry have not been getting along. Immediately, Harry and my mom got married. Oh, that's a typo. Immediately after Harry and my mom got married, Harry felt the need to start making decisions on how my sister should be raised. My sister was sick of it and spoke to our mom about it. And our mom told Harry to tone it down. And he kind of has. Okay, so communication is happening. Hey, I don't like this, mom. Your new husband is kind of a douchebag. Can you tell him to stop trying to be my parent? And she told him to, so that's good. He stopped intervening in the big things and started managing Molly in the small things like how she dressed, how she arranges her room, etc. Which is weird. That's controlling. You don't need to worry about how she's dressing or how she arranges her room. How she's dressing, like, it needs to be socially appropriate, but leave her alone. The other day, Molly bought razors to shave her legs. Harry confiscated the razors and said that he knows exactly why a teenager is buying razors, and it isn't for her legs, insinuating that she bought them to shave her privates. Why is that the first place that he goes to? Why is he even thinking about a teenager that is not his child that he didn't raise, shaving in that way? Uh, These are the red flag moments that you need to be looking for. I was horrified that he would even dare tell Molly something like that and think he has the right to decide whether or not Molly shaves. Exactly. It's not your kid. You've known her for what, a year, maybe some more? No. Because what innocent reason would he have to say that? Exactly. What reason does a 50-year-old man who is not her fucking parent, who has not been in her life for any significant amount of time, have telling her what she can and can't shave on her own body? And to insinuate that her shaving is somehow inappropriate because he's already thinking inappropriately. After Molly told me what happened, I immediately called my mom, good, and told her to tell her husband to mind his damn business and stay in his lane. She said I can't talk about him like that, but she will discuss the issue with Harry and see what happened. Here's a pro tip. You can talk about anyone however you want, especially if it's dealing with your family and the people you care about. You are allowed to say that person's a douchebag and they're creepy, and I don't want to deal with them or check them before I wreck them. You're allowed to do that. It's in the rules. They told me it's fine. Harry later called me to explain his side of the story. It was the exact same thing Molly told me, but he was talking about it in a way that he was doing what was best for Molly and looking out for her. That sounds like a man. I'm criticizing and telling a younger girl how she can and can't act or what she can and can't do. That's her body. We said this. I said this, right? Is her body. She's allowed to do whatever she wants. And if she doesn't want hair on her legs or even other parts of her body, he is not allowed to tell her no. He's not her dad. And he's not her keeper. And he's not in charge of her and her choices and her body. Get out of here. I told him he seriously needs to get a life instead of worrying about things that have nothing to do with him. Every teenage girl needs an older sister, like, to do this for them. Someone that is going to tell people to get a life and to leave them alone. He said he won't allow himself to get spoken to like that by a child and hung up on me. Okay, I mean, he's also free to hang up the damn phone, but maybe he should stop being fucking weird. My mom is on his side because she said I took it too far when I told him to get a life. I don't think you took it far enough. There could have been more words. You should have said more words. I don't think that's as bad as what he's been doing to Molly, and I feel like he needed to be called out on it if my mom wasn't going to do it. Yeah, yeah. Put a fucking creeper in their place. A man in their place. Where is a man's place, you ask? It's in the garage. Make him go to the garage. Why is he not mowing your yard right now? Why are you talking about shaving? That's girl stuff. Go build me a house. I just found this one incredibly off-putting because of the trying to dictate what a younger girl does with her body when you did not create that body. And even if he had created that body, it's still not up to him. It's not. Like, she's a person, she's a human, she's allowed to do the things, and you're being a fucking creep. So, go shave your own balls, you know? Go shave your own privates. That's what you need to do. It's not cool. You suck. I hope you had fun listening to me yant about these three specific stepdads. If you have any suggestions on what other things I should read about on the internet to ruin my brain and make me sad, please leave it in the comments. What do you think about me calling you a probably feathered friend? I think that everyone who watches my videos is possibly a bird also. So you're my PFFs, so come and hang out. Fucking represent in the comments, my PFFs. You. Billy, do you have anything to say?
Skibbity toilet.
Oh, got mad riz.
Mm-hmm. It's because I'm not from Skibbity, Ohio.
Good. I'm probably a bird. I'm probably a bird. Did you even like or subscribe to this? Why would you not? You would be my PFF? Like, we could, but only if you subscribe. You know, maybe, please.